Santa is coming to Arkansas. Well, then, Santa, have all the children from Arkansas been good this year? Well, mostly, answered the little old elf as he bustled across the busy workshop to Santa's desk. Santa peered down at the elf from behind the tall, teetering piles of letters that the children of Arkansas had sent him. Mostly? Asked Santa, looking over the top of his glasses. Yes, but they've been especially good in the last few days, said the elf. Jolly good, chuckled Santa. Then we'd better get their presents loaded up. Even though the sack of presents was really, really big, and the elves were really, really small, they seemed to have no trouble loading it onto Santa's sleigh. Though, how they managed to fit such a big sack into one little sleigh, even they didn't know, but somehow they did. Splendid, boomed Santa. We're ready to go. Not quite, Santa, said the little old elf. One of our reindeer is missing. Missing? Which reindeer is missing? Asked Santa. The youngest one, Santa, said the elf. It's his first flight tonight. I've called him, but... Just then, a young reindeer strolled up, munching on a carrot. Where have you been? Asked Santa. But the youngest reindeer was crunching so loudly that it was no wonder he hadn't heard the little old elf calling. Oh, well, never mind, Santa said, giving the reindeer a little wink. He took out his Santa nap and tapped in the coordinates for Arkansas. This will guide us to Arkansas in no time. Crunch, crunch, crunch. With a flick of the reins and a jerk of the harness, off they went racing through the sky. Oh, 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 laughed Santa. We'll soon have the presents delivered to the natural state. Santa's sleigh flew through the starry night, headed south across the Arctic Ocean. On they flew in the wintry air, high above Canada. In the wink of an eye, the sleigh was flying over the Dakotas, Nebraska, and Kansas. The youngest reindeer was so very excited. He had never been away from the North Pole before. They were just nearing Y Mountain when suddenly they ran into a thick fog. Mist swirled all around the sleigh. They couldn't see a thing. The youngest reindeer was getting a bit worried, but Santa didn't seem concerned. In 2 miles, said the Santa now in a bossy lady's voice. Keep left at the next star. But, ma'am, Santa blustered, I can't see any stars in this fog. Soon they were hopelessly lost. Then, through the foggy blanket, the youngest reindeer heard a faint ringing sound. Ding dong! He looked over the old reindeer with the red nose, but he had his head down. Red nose, I wonder who that could be. Ding dong! Ding dong! Ding dong! Ding dong! Ding dong! Ding dong! There was that sound again, like church bells ringing. The youngest reindeer turned around to look at Santa, but Santa wasn't listening. He seemed to be arguing with the little box with buttons on it. With a flick of the harness and a jerk of the reins, the youngest reindeer gave a sharp tug and headed off toward the sound of bells, pulling Santa and his sleigh right behind him. Whoa! Cried Santa, pulling his hat straight. What's going on? Then to his surprise, he heard the ringing sound. Well done, young reindeer, he shouted cheerfully. It must be the bells of the Cathedral of St. Andrew in Little Rock. Don't worry, children, Santa is coming. Then suddenly, crunch! The sleigh sleigh did something as it plummeted through the fog. "You have arrived," said the Santa Nav unhelpfully. Finally, when the fog had lifted, Santa discovered exactly where they were. Stuck right at the very top of a Christmas tree near the governor's mansion. "Everybody, pull!" The reindeer pulled with all their might until, at last, with a screeching noise, the sleigh scraped clear of the tree. Santa steered them safely over the MacArthur Park Historic District, above the Clinton Presidential Park Bridge, across the Arkansas River, and down into Riverfront Park. Luckily, there was no real damage done, but the packages had all been jumbled up. Santa quickly sorted the presents into order again. "All right," said Santa. "Thanks to this young reindeer, I know where we are. Don't worry, children. Santa is coming." Santa drove his sleigh expertly from rooftop to rooftop over Arkansas, hopping in and out of chimneys as fast as he could go, which was pretty fast for a chubby fellow. There were big chimneys in Fayetteville and small chimneys in Springdale. He squeezed down thin chimneys in Fort Smith and plummeted down fat chimneys in El Dorado. The youngest reindeer was amazed at how quickly they went. Santa never seemed to get tired at all, and it looked like the children in Arkansas were going to be very lucky this year. But the youngest reindeer was starting to feel a little bit weary and quite hungry too. In house after house, Santa delved inside his sack for packages of every shape and size. He piled them under the Christmas trees and carefully filled up the stockings with surprise. In house after house, the good children of Arkansas had left a plate of cookies, a small glass of milk, and a big, chunky carrot. Santa took a little bite of each cookie, a tiny sip of milk, wiped his beard, and popped the carrots into his sack. From Jonesboro to Johnson, from Bentonville to Blytheville, from Eureka Springs to Springdale, and all the places in between, Santa and his sleigh visited every house in Arkansas. Santa delivered presents to Addison, Aiden, Brandon, Brooklyn, Chloe, Caleb. The list went on and on. Yasmin, Xander, Zachary, Zibble. That must have been a spelling mistake. Finally, Santa had delivered the last present on his long Arkansas list. "Great moons and stars," sighed Santa. "It's past midnight and my sack seems as heavy as ever. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone." Santa opened his sack to check, but it was full of juicy, crunchy carrots. Santa divided the carrots among the reindeer. "Well done," he said, patting the youngest reindeer gently on the nose. But the youngest reindeer didn't hear him. He was too busy munching. Then it was time to set off for home. Santa reset his Santa Nav once more to the North Pole, and soon they were speeding above the Hot Springs National Park, past Beaver Lake, and out over the Ozarks through the crisp, starry night. "Oh, oh, oh!" laughed Santa. "Man,